So here are the tips for parents, teachers, and caregivers when it comes to physical health development. Parents, guardians, and teachers can help children maintain a healthy weight by helping them develop healthy eating habits and limiting calorie-rich temptations. First is develop healthy eating habits. To help children develop healthy eating habits, provide plenty of vegetables, fruits, and whole grain products include low-fat and or non-fat or dairy products, including cheese and yogurt. Choose lean meats, poultry, fish, lentils, and beans for protein. So the next one is limit calorie-rich temptations. Reducing the availability of high-fat or high-sugar or salty snacks can help your children develop healthy eating habits. Only allow your children to eat these foods rarely so that they truly will be treats. Next is help children stay active. In addition to being fun for children, regular physical activity has many health benefits including strengthening bones, decreasing blood pressure, helping with weight management, reducing stress and anxiety, and increasing self-esteem. In continuation, when we say motor skills, these are the behavioral abilities or capacities. It is divided into two categories, mainly the gross motor skills and fine motor skills. When we say gross motor skills, these involve the use of large bodily movements like running, jumping, throwing, catching, kicking, batting, and dribbling. Next is fine motor skills. These involve the use of small bodily movements like drawing through diagonal placement, overlapping objects, and converging lines, painting, and writing. Children love to run, jump, leap, throw, catch, climb, and balance. Children play basketball, ride bikes, roller skate, take karate lessons, take ballet lessons, and participate in gymnastics. From the age of 8, children show greater coordination in writing. Their fine motor skills develop gradually, which may be evidenced by the size of letters and numbers. Font size becomes smaller and are more even. So here we are in physical body insecurities. At this stage, children may become very concerned about their physical appearance. Girls especially may become concerned about their weight and decide to eat less. Boys may become aware of their stature and muscle strength. Children must be given opportunities to engage themselves in worthwhile activities that promote healthy growth, give the feeling of accomplishment, and reduce the risk of certain diseases.
Cognitive development. When we say cognitive development, we have here what we call initial cognitive characteristics, wherein intermediate school children greatly enjoy the abilities that they can now utilize. Their thinking skills have become more effective as compared during their primary years. And also we have here the concrete operational thought. When we say concrete operational thought, according to Piaget, children in early childhood are in the pre-operational stage of development in which they learn to think symbolically about the world. From age 7 to 11, the school-age child continues to develop in what Piaget referred as the concrete operational stage of cognitive development. The word concrete refers to which is tangible, that which can be seen or touched or experienced directly. The concrete operational child is able to make us use of logical principles in solving problems involving the physical world. Classification can include new ways of arranging information, categorizing information, or creating classes of information. One feature of concrete operational thoughts is understanding that objects have identity or qualities that do not change even if the object is altered in some way. Concrete operational children can understand the concept of reciprocity, which means that changing one quality, like for example the height or water level, can compensate for by changes in another quality like width. So there is the same amount of water in each container, although one is taller and narrower and the other is shorter and wider. Reading development. Children in this stage marked by wide application of word attack. Because of previous knowledge, they have a wide vocabulary which enables them to understand the meaning of unknown words through context clues. This is the reading to learn stage in reading development, and also it was considered who the child is, his or her personality traits and personal preferences when choosing. Listed a few strategies in choosing age, like choosing a book, make a selection with the child in mind, choose an informational book or a novel in an area specific interest, and also choose books that encourage discussion and insight building. Attention. When we say attention, this is the stage wherein older children have longer and more flexible attention span compared to younger children. Their span of attention is dependent on how much they will require by giving tasks. In terms of schoolworks, older children can concentrate and focus more for longer period of hours, especially if they are interested in what they are doing.
Creativity. Creativity is not the finding of a thing but making something out of it after it is found. James Russell Lowell. Creativity, the use of the imagination or original ideas, the ability to develop and express ourselves. Children at this stage are open to explore new things. Creativity in children is encouraged when the activities are encourage different responses from each children, celebrate uniqueness, value process over product, reduce stress and anxiety in children, support to share ideas not only with teachers, parents, but also with other children, minimize competitions and external reward. The impact of media. Television viewing is a highly complex cognitive activity during which children actively involve in learning. By Anderson and Collins, 1988. So, impact of media effects often certain on dramatic issues such as violence and propaganda. Media messages may simulate recall of stored ideas. The impact of the use of television and other media like the computer has gained popularity because students are given more opportunity to communicate effectively in speech and writing, work collaboratively, use technological tools, and analyze problems, set goals, and formulate strategies for achieving these goals. Media aggression. Violence and aggression are often bubbled as one of the result of media. According to the Public Health Summit in 2000, the following are some of the negative results of media. Children will increase antisocial and aggressive behavior, may become less sensitive to violence, and those who suffer from violence may view the world as violent and mean, becoming more fearful of being a victim of violence, will view violence as acceptable way to settle conflicts. Roles of teachers. Children have varying intelligence profiles. Parents, child care provides, and teachers should be able to recognize these through need to be an eager participant in children's growth and development. Must understand how to use the children's natural curiosity to help make the appropriate development leaps in their skills and abilities. Teacher must the big participant in children's growth and development. Parents was the care providers, and the teacher must understand how to use the children's natural curiosity to help them or appropriate development leaps in their skills and abilities. Socio-emotional development want to blend in and not stand out from their peers in any way, particularly as the gender roles and sexuality. Feel concerned about outward appearance, become self-conscious and self-centered, have ambivalent, conflicting feelings about poverty and about sexual desire, care greatly about relationship with peers, friendships, dating, and crushes, and give peers more important than family. So, in short, socio-emotional development acquire the capacity to understand experience, express and manage emotions, and to develop meaningful relationships with others.
Ngayon, ang i-discuss ko naman ay understanding self-competence and self-identity and self-control. So, dito naman ay at this time of socio-emotional period, the children should have growing sense of competence. They should develop sense of perseverance and offered to both fail and succeed along with sincere feedback and support. And during the late childhood, the children can now describe themselves, most likely employ more social comparison, distinguishing themselves from others. And also, during the late childhood, the children can now describe themselves most likely employ more social comparison, distinguishing. And dito in this age, lahat naman tayo naranasan or naranasan na natin na, hindi naranasan. Nandito na tayo, naranasan na natin yung at this age. So, dito sa age na to, mas nagiging sensitive na tayo to compare ourselves to others. Dito rin, mas napapalawak na din yung isipan natin. Dito na din nade-develop yung kakayahan natin. And, dito na rin papasok kung paano natin i-relate yung sarili natin sa iba. Dito na rin papasok sa age na to yung kung paano mas ma-develop yung sarili natin, yung identity natin, and also yung self-control natin, especially to our emotions. So, dito rin is mas nauunawaan natin na or mas namamold yung isipan natin na minsan mapapatanong tayo kung bakit wala ako nito, tapos yung sa iba meron, tapos yung sa iba meron sila, tapos ako wala, ganon. Ayan. Next is yung sa emotional development. So, at 9, children are better to able to handle conflict. Also, children are capable of taking on a wider range of chores and responsibilities around the house, and will want to start participating in decisions affecting the family. And children of 9 can paragons of contradiction. So, dito na rin papasok yung at this age, kung paano mo ma-handle yung conflict, like makikipag-away ka sa iba, kung paano mo siya ma-handle. And dito din sa stage na to, at this age din, mas nagkakaroon na din tayo ng responsibility natin, especially sa bahay natin, like a simple work lang sa bahay, like maghugas ng pinggan, yung mga basic routine lang na kailangan matuto yung isang bata. And dito rin sa age na to is mas yung decision making nila sa buhay, minsan kung ano yung gusto nila, yun na yun. Dito din papasok yung decision making nila na pwede maka-apekto sa sarili nila, and syempre maka-apekto din sa family. Ayun. And next ay pupunta naman tayo sa developing emotional self-awareness. So, in psychology, sabi niya of self-awareness is the experience of one's own personality or individuality. So, syempre, in our own personality, mas na-aware na tayo. Like, for example, ganito pala yung personality ko. Or maybe our personality could affect our life. So, minsan kasi nakabase yung sarili natin kung ano yung personality. Anong personality? Sabi nga dito, they recognize their emotions, describe their interest. So, dito, yun papasok yung self-awareness. Kung, ganito pala ako, ganito pala, ganun. Next, dito, sabi din dito na managing emotions or self-control. The sabi ni Aristotle, sabi niya, the self-controlled man grades for the things he ought, as he ought, and when he ought. So, sabi dito, kung kung ang tao daw ay kontrolado sa sarili, wait lang. Kung ang isang tao ay may kakayahang kumontrol sa kanyang sarili, ay may hinahangad ito na mas nararapat basta, yun. Yung mas naiintindihan natin through our self-control, mas naiintindihan natin kung ano yung nararapat sa atin. Ganun. Papasok dito yung 3 habits of self-control people. Una ay self-preservation, self-assertion, and self-fulfillment. Okay, next naman ay perspective taking. So, this is the ability to look behind on your own point of view so that you can consider how someone else may think or else about something. So, dito sa perspective thinking, dito naman papasok yung mas nadidetermine na natin yung pananaw natin sa isang bagay. Mas lumalawak na yung kaalaman natin. Especially, for example, mas kapag may sinabi sa'yo or something na may nakita tayo, mas lumalawak yung perspective natin. Or, mas namamold yun, mas nade-develop yung pananaw natin sa buhay. And dahil din sa dahil din sa ating pananaw sa buhay, pwede rin yun makaapekto. Like, it's either good or bad. So, maybe yung pananaw natin sa isa is negative, yung isa naman is positive. Ayan, dun nga yan. Ayan, so, sabi dito, as a teacher, parent, or guardian, how to teach children to take others' perspective and improve their perspective-taking abilities. So, sabi dito, model the skill, behavior, talk about challenging feelings, demonstrate understanding, and respecting different opinion versus agreeing. Show them the other side, be detective, encourage community. So, syempre, papasok, diba, lahat naman tayo may pananaw. So, it's either it is good sa iba or it is bad. Pero, kailangan mas maging alerto tayo kung paano natin maa-assess kung tama ba yun or mali. So, minsan kasi may mga, dito sa age na to, minsan, yung perspective nila, hindi siya ganun or dito sa age na to, yung perspective nila is hindi pa nila ganun ma-assess, hindi pa nila ma-assess kung tama ba yun or mali. So, syempre, sabi nga doon, as a teacher or parent or guidance or guardian, turuan natin yung children or anak natin how to assess their perspective to others. Ayan. Next naman is handling emotions. So, dito is developing skills in this area will help children to relate better to others, manage his or her behavior, and cope with situation of all kinds. So, based sa age na to, hindi pa nila alam kung paano makontrol yung emotions nila, especially kung yung emotions nila is galit, hindi pa nila alam kung paano yun i-handle. But at this age, dito na rin nila nade-develop yung skills how to handling their emotions, especially kung nag-guide din sila ng family na ganito, dapat kapag galit ka, hindi ganito, kontrolado. So, mas nade-develop yung skills or mas nade-develop yung competence nila sa isang bagay if tutulungan ng isang guardian teacher. Ayun nga.
Emotional development. Reading emotions, perspective taking. Perspective taking is the ability to look beyond your own point of view so that you can consider how someone else may think or feel about something that you can consider how someone to teach children to take others' perspective. So, when we say perspective taking, ito yung mga kakayang lampasan ng iyong sariling pananaw na maaari mong isaalang-alang kung ano ang mga maaaring isipin ng ibang tao. Example of perspective taking is imagine yourself having the same experience as another person using your own similar past experience to understand another situation. As a teacher, parent, or guardian, how to teach children to take so their perspective and improve their perspective taking. First, modeling skills behavior. It's easier to be fair just if we take the time to see how situation looks from someone else's point of view. Example, young children learn how much by watching you, so them the value of perspective taking by will be more likely to engage it into. Second, talk about challenging feeling. Acknowledge and respect your students' feeling. Children will be feel their thoughts, feelings, and experience are understood and respected. Third, demonstrate understanding. Show your student that you understand their perspective by repeating back to them what you hear them saying to describing to them what you think they may be thinking or feeling. Respective deep opinions versus agreeing. Remember that understanding someone else's perspective does not necessarily mean that you agree with them. It is acknowledgement how they are thinking, feeling, what they want. It is important to help children to understand how their behavior affects to other people. Be adaptive. Help your student develop their skills by encouraging them to observe and evaluate the other people action or behavior. Encourage community. Encourage your student not only to engage with others, but to work together, collaborate, problem solve, and truly their relationship to another. Family. There are five types of peer status. 1. Popular, frequently nominated as the best friend, and one who is rarely disliked by peers. 2. Average. Receive an average number of positive and negative nominations from peers. 3. Neglected. Very seldom nominated as the best friend but is not really disliked. 4. Rejected. Infrequently nominated as best friend but one who is also disliked. 5. Controversial, frequently nominated as best friend but at the same time is disliked by peers. At this time, age family support is needed. If the children don't see the importance or the support of the family in the everything they do, they can be easily frustrated. Parent tip. Your child may have a question about stories his overhead in the news or things going in the community. Provide age-appropriate factual information. Remember, this module stresses that during late childhood, a wide variety of biological, psychological, and social changes take place across the development domains. As the children progress through late childhood, the family environment remains extremely important while the community environment, including the school, also become a significant factors in shaping the child's development. During the late childhood, peers have an increasingly strong impact on development. Peers acceptance become very important to the child.